This is the Life's Journey with Best Friends podcast. Listen as two best friends for over 40 years share our experiences, insights, and unique stories. Hey BFFers! Thank you for joining us for a new episode. I am Noelle.
And I am Diana. Welcome back. We're glad to have you.
And this is Life's Journey with Best Friends. If you're just joining us, we just kind of like to sit, hang out, and talk shit and shit talk. And although right now we're kind of obsessed with the Karen Reed trial.
I am so obsessed.
Oh, did you see that movie?
No.
Okay.
So obsessed.
So let's get right into it. Okay. So
finally,
yeah,
Proctor was on the stand.
Yes.
I didn't think he was coming because there were a shit ton of rumors saying that they weren't going to put him on the stand. And then they started saying the rumors were he's going to plead the fifth. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. But then they called him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and he was explosive.
He sounded like a dick.
He's a prick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. As a human being, so this is what bothers me. I have friends that are cops and relatives.
Me too, right.
And I feel, because they get a bad rap,
yeah.
Right?
Oh, absolutely.
And now he just made them look worse.
Right.
He put the bad cop in bad cop.
Yeah.
Or the bad in cop.
Yeah, I know what
I'm
you
not
mean.
good at those.
When they had, so one of the things, if you haven't been following along, is they had his phone and they printed all of these texts.
He
messages.
was the only one, though, I have to say, that didn't destroy his phone.
No, he didn't. Now, when he's reading the text, when they're asking him to read certain things, I don't agree with the fact that he was sharing information with friends or other police officers in other states. Unprofessional, absolutely not.
But he also was texting his supervisors that stuff.
Yeah. I get it's a brotherhood, and I understand
and
that.
I get their friends, because we send a lot of shit in text, and I would never, ever want anybody to pull my text.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But don't you think it's weird that he would be sharing these details with people that are not police officers? That's what I'm getting at. I get that he's doing this with other police officers. There's that brotherhood. There's that camaraderie. Discussion. Sometimes you got to get that shit off here to your chest, you know? But not with people that are not in the police force.
I don't know. I guess I don't have an issue with him texting friends. I mean, we all do it.
I know, but I don't do that about my job.
No, I don't either.
I might tell you I'm a little, I can't. Neither of us can. And we hope, and you and I
he really can't either.
And you and I tell each other everything.
Right. There's a lot of stuff I can't talk about. Right. I can't talk about what I do at work.
Me neither. Yeah, right? So if we follow that, why shouldn't he be following that?
Because he feels he's above the law, and that's why he's a prick, and that's why he did exactly what he did.
Yeah. So we have a question. We talked about this a little bit. He did share something about Karen Reed's health. He didn't specifically say what was wrong with her. He just, can we even say that? I mean, I don't know.
I was listening to the radio this morning, and they can say balloon K. They can't say the whole thing on SCC.
Okay.
So, but I don't know if we're governed by the same rules. Right. I don't know how that works. But he revealed something so personal about her
health.
That she had an ostomy bag, and he wasn't nice about it.
And is that something that he's liable for HIPAA?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, so if anyone out there can tell us, I mean, I work for a doctor's office a little bit.
I work in a hospital, and I don't know if that qualifies as HIPAA, and I kind of feel like it should.
Right. So because if they can't get him on anything else, maybe they can get him on HIPAA.
He revealed some. I have a feeling that he's going to be heavily sued after this.
Oh, sure.
But I feel like he revealed some stuff about her that he shouldn't have.
Right.
And so I don't know. My thought is it should be covered under HIPAA, but I don't know.
If any of our BFFers can, send us a message or something just to let us know. It's just, I think it's just a curiosity thing at this point.
At
Yeah.
this point it really is. But so it started, when this has been so much going on, but when they brought Proctor up on the stand, I think my mouth dropped because I wasn't sure, like I said, that they were going to have him. But so what the prosecution did, the Commonwealth, we'll call them the CW. That's the lingo.
Okay, the CW.
So anyways, what the prosecution did was he had so many explicit texts.
Oh,
is that what you would call them?
Right, when they were talking, like
unprofessional texts.
When he was talking with his friends,
and his supervisors, he said some shit that he shouldn't have, and the defense knows about it because they share the text, and it's a why am I drawing a blank?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
It's evidence.
Oh.
Sorry. It's evidence, so they both get to see it. And so what happened was Lally had him read all his text so he could get it out in the open so they would know it's out there, so then he could then apologize for it and get in front of it.
Yep.
I think he shouldn't have done that. Because what this guy said had jurors with mouths gaping open and shaking their head in disgust.
Well, he was, saying that she was crazy. He was calling her, the C word.
I think I have, let's see.
Yeah, so it was definitely inappropriate to have these conversations.
He told people that he hadn't found nudes on her phone yet.
Yeah, like what's up with that?
Right? He said,
how is that any part of the investigation?
He also talked about the other defense attorney, Yannetti, and they made a funny picture of him. I didn't get to see what the picture was. And then he wrote, I truly hate this man. Truly hate him.
Yes.
So right there, if I was on the jury, I would already think he's biased.
Of course. Absolutely.
And then all the other texts that he said, he called her the R word, a retard. I don't know if I can say that.
Yeah.
He said, Yannetti's her lawyer, and I'm doing something about his fucking retarded client or something like that. He said, he kind of apologized and said they were unprofessional. He called her this. So this was my favorite part, because the judge drives me crazy. She sighs, she huffs, she puffs, she throws tantrums.
How many times did she tell him to talk into the
microphone? Oh my god, that was easy. The day before.
Oh, was it worse?
She's just okay. Shut off the air conditioner, because now we're gonna have to sit here in the heat. But anyway, so he, so he had some bad words. And so one of the texts was like, she's a fucking, and he goes, see you next Tuesday. And she goes, sorry.
Those are your words.
Trooper Proctor, you have to say what you wrote. She said, they're your words. You can't spell it. So he had to come out and say, she's a fucking, I'm not going to say it, see you next Tuesday. And that's when they said the jury's mouth just dropped.
Right.
He called her, people asked if she was hot. He said, yeah, she has no ass, but she has an awful Fall River accent.
Yeah. So stuff that was completely unrelated to the case, that had nothing to do with any type of investigation, or
called her a wacko a whole bunch of times and crazy. And it's just this trial is a circus.
It's honestly, I feel like it's a movie, and I know we've said this before, but I feel like I'm watching a movie. I don't want to take away from everything that he did, but did you see the part where they showed when they brought her truck into the police station?
Oh, how the video is mirrored?
Yes.
So it's backwards. Why do you think?
Well, and then
because they cut and pasted shit.
It's missing 45 minutes.
Right. And did you hear what they said the excuse for that was? Oh, it's only sensitive to what the fuck is wrong with me today? I'm like having a brain fart. It's when people go in the room activated. What's the word I'm thinking of?
Motion detector.
Yes, thank you. God damn it. So let's go. So they're saying that it's motion activated. So I don't obviously believe that because they show a guy disappear through the door.
Right. Well, and the best part about it, as you're looking at it, or when they talk to
there's just so much
the lawyer
to talk about.
How did you notice that? And they were like, well, I saw the word police and I thought it was backwards. And then he noticed on the door.
Number 4 was backwards.
And it was
that was Jackson that noticed this.
And it was completely done on purpose because the timeline underneath should have all been backwards and it wasn't. It was playing the right way. So
this is honestly a circus. And you know what? I was saying to Jim last night, and maybe she did it. I don't know. I don't feel that she did it. I don't feel that there's any evidence out there that shows that she did it.
Right.
And if she did it, they did such a shitty job at policing this case that they fucked it over. And this poor guy, John O'Keefe, is dead.
Yep.
And
whoever did it is going to get away with murder, whether it was her or someone
them.
else. Yep, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's just a fucked up case. There's so much to talk about. The inverted videos, the cops saying shit. I mean, they also had, so she drove to her parents' house, and they needed her car to get it for evidence.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it was a blizzard. So they called the Dighton police because that's where her family lives, and they had an officer go there to let them know that they were going to take her car. They had the tow truck driver come. The cop was there. He watched everything. They put the car on the flatbed, and he said, because the prosecution, Lally, asked him, did you see the taillight? And he said, I saw the taillight. It was only cracked and not missing anything. Or missing one little piece.
Oh, okay. I
don't know if I saw
the same thing. It was damaged.
Not the whole fucking piece of taillight. Did you see that they showed like the big piece?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, once the snow melted, they found 43 or 34 pieces.
Right. Well, and then in that inverted video,
they show Proctor in the back.
Well, it's not him, but everyone assumes that it's him in the back on that side, and he was standing there for a little while. So it's, honestly, if we were watching this in a movie, you would stand up in the middle of the thing and say, I already know who did this. Right. I'm done. I'm walking out.
Oh, what the fuck? This is stupid, right?
Like, it's so obvious.
And they also said, when Proctor was texting one of his friends, he said, the guy goes, oh, they're going to land in hot water. And he goes, nah, he's a Boston cop.
Right. And they asked him, what did you mean by that? Like, oh, I was just telling him that they were both Boston cops.
And then also they had text from Julie Albert.
Yep.
That's his sister's friend, sent him a text and said, I can't thank you enough for all you've done for us. When this is all said and done, I want to send you a present.
Yeah. And
he said, no, send it to my wife.
Yeah. Why?
What the hell's that mean? There's so much shit in it. May not mean what we think it means.
Right.
But they just look so bad.
It does. It really does.
They've done such an injustice to this policeman.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't believe that his family still thinks she did it. They were talking about the mom, and I didn't pay attention because I was at work. But they were saying when Proctor was reading the text, the mom was laughing and smiling. The mom does not like Karen.
Well, there's a difference between not liking someone and thinking they killed your kid. I mean,
but
I guess I didn't realize.
Yeah, the family thinks she did it.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's going to continue on, and this will be...
Yeah, tomorrow. So there was no court today. and there's an all-day court tomorrow, and it leads off with Jackson and Proctor.
Okay.
Proctor's on the stand, and Jackson will
He's still on the stand.
Yeah, because Jackson just got him.
Oh, okay.
The defense attorney just got him, so I expect that to be most of the day tomorrow.
I haven't finished all of everything from yesterday, but
I'm wondering if once they're done with Proctor, does the prosecution rest? They must. That's the lead investigator, right?
At that point, yeah.
So, gonna be seeing, and then they're gonna call the defense, which is gonna be fabulous with fireworks.
Well, and just so you know, if you've been following us all along, we've said that we wanted to go, but we can't.
We can't go because it's a very small court.
Yeah.
They don't really let anybody in. I mean, you could go outside and stand there and see them.
Who cares?
I'd rather watch it on TV.
Yeah,
I did want to go in and sit in the court, but you can't do that at this courtroom. So that's why we're not doing it.
Yeah, otherwise we would be there.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's my spiel on it. I'd love to know everybody's take. I know Rhonda is definitely into it as well. And I'm sorry that I didn't answer your email. We had a lot of crazy stuff going on. This will segue right into the next subject. I know I talked about my mother-in-law on here, about her being diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And sadly, last Friday, she passed away. Yeah. So, it's very sad, but
very, very sad.
It's a relief for her. She's not trapped in Alzheimer jail. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's actually, I've never heard anyone say that, but yeah, I mean, I know that, they are trapped. Sorry, I don't want to, but I thought about this, with everything happening with her. So think about it. She was in a place that she didn't know anyone. And they say that sometimes they get very lucid. How do you wake up in a place and be like, this is not my home? How the fuck did I get here?
She knew that she was there because her shoulder hurt. She fell and broke her shoulder, and that's how she got in there.
Yeah.
But she always wanted to come home every day.
Yeah.
Or when we'd go see her, she'd be like, am I coming home today? And then we'd be like, no, your shoulder. And she's like, oh, yeah. But she actually thrived there because she's a very social person.
Yes.
So because she was just in the house here. So she was active there. She participated in all the activities. She thought she worked there. So and the nursing staff was so good to her.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and it's really sad, but in a way, it's a relief because, like I said, she's not trapped anymore.
Right.
My father-in-law had passed away 14 and a half years ago, and she'd never been the same since.
No, she never was.
So she's with him, and I'm truly happy for her.
Yeah, me too. I know. We all were like, are we sad? Are we happy? It was kind of, both things.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, it's Jim's mom, and but you're relieved.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to see anyone you love suffer.
No, and every time you'd go there, she'd be telling you these crazy stories, you know what I mean, of her being kidnapped and locked in a room for 2 months, or she was getting married, or she was engaged to a guy. There's just,
So I wonder when, that happens to you, if you dream things, do you think that's real? And that's where
that's what we were
from.
talking about. Because, I look back and I said to Jim, we always would be like, oh, your mother, she's so forgetful. And, we'd blame it on the diabetes, or sugars are high or sugars are low. But I'm wondering if she had Alzheimer's longer than we realized.
She probably did.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I said to Jim and my kids, I'm like, I just hope I don't get that.
Right.
Because seeing and living it, it's just, it's so degrading.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not for her because she doesn't know what's happening, but for us,
yeah,
absolutely.
Well, yeah, think about that. I mean, it's Jim's mom, or it's anyone's parent, and you know them for who they are, and now all of a sudden they're not who they are anymore. That's heartbreaking for
That's
you.
the thing. That for Jim, I felt so bad because he's like, this isn't my mother.
Right. So maybe that makes it a little bit easier too. You're able to separate.
Oh,
Because,
yeah.
you're like, that's not my mom.
The
That's not my
church
dad.
was sad and the cemetery was sad.
Yeah.
But, we were relieved.
Well,
Relieved and sad. That's how I've been putting it.
Sure. No, that's a really good way to put it.
Yeah. So, but that's what's been going on here. It's been a crazy couple weeks.
Yeah. Yes, that it has. Absolutely. Yeah, it was. I saw a couple of your friends and a couple of your family members that I hadn't seen, and I was like, "Is this really it now for us? Weddings and funerals?
It's sad. That's what it is.
We're
at that age.
Yeah. I was like, this is crazy.
I don't want to be at that age.
No, I know.
I want to be 30.
I would be okay. I think I liked 40. I think that was my favorite. Even though for 3 days I was a miserable bitch. I didn't want it the day before, the day of, and the day after I turned 40. If you ever ask Dave, he just kind of
The day after, I was fine. It was leading up, and the day of, I was miserable.
Yeah,
40 and 50.
Oh, no, the 40 is the only one that bothered me.
50, I was like, motherfucker, I'm 50. That's old. I don't want to be 50.
No.
Now I'm 55.
So this is horrible, but when a good friend of mine from work, her cat passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's sad. But this is the horrible part.
Does she want another?
No. So I said to her, I said, okay, so are you getting another cat? And she's like, no. And everyone says that.
Right.
I'm like, no. And she's 61. And she says, you know what? I really don't want to because.
I don't want to be tied down.
No. Her reasoning was, the cat might outlive me. And then what do I do with the cat? And I was like, what? She's like, one of my cats, was 20 years old. And I'm like, stop it. I'm like, and I thought about that. I'm like, oh my gosh, right?
Does she have family?
Yeah. I said, give it to your son.
Right.
She's like, I'm not going to burden him.
Tell her you'll take it.
No, I can't. Dave's allergic. That's why I don't have cats.
You're not going to really take it.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think of that. But I'm like, oh my gosh, do we have to think of that now?
I never even gave that a thought. That makes me very sad. Noelle.
Right?
Why would you say that?
Well, that's what I said. This was very sad. So here's a funny thing. I saw in the news that down the Cape there was an orca whale that had been seen. That's unusual.
I was gonna say because I know they were making a lot about it, but I didn't think it was that unusual.
No, I mean it's like rare that we think we have them, but they're here. They're around. I mean, they're up in Alaska.
They're in the ocean.
Everywhere, right?
Right.
Well, do you know what they saw recently? A flamingo.
I saw that on the news, and my first impression was, how the fuck did a flamingo get on a Cape Cod beach?
Right. So there's a couple of
just one,
yes.
The poor thing, did he get lost?
He's by himself. So at first people thought it was fake. They thought it was
a statue.
No, they thought like someone had created it on their phone, like AI or something. And it's not. So it was really a flamingo.
Oh, they thought the picture was fake.
The picture was fake.
Yeah.
So it turns out a week ago there was a flamingo in New York City.
What?
Or in New York. Yeah. So, of course, now I got to start digging. And this is not the first time a flamingo has been found in Massachusetts.
Really?
I have an article, and it tells me that the first time it was, I swear these articles change. Where are we?
Did they survive in Massachusetts weather? I thought they always had to be in hot weather.
I thought so too.
So I was like, the poor thing's probably going to freeze to death.
Freeze to death.
Don't let him go in the ocean.
Well, that's where they are.
What the fuck? Where am I?
The orca whale's going to eat it. So it was in the mid 60s. So 2 came in the mid 60s, and it was in Natick, but they were believed to have escaped from a resident's home.
Oh,
yeah, I thought a zoo too, a resident's home.
Do flamingos fly?
Yes, they're very good flyers.
Imagine seeing that big fucking bird.
I would think it would be a pterodactyl.
Oh my god, I think I would shit. Oh man, imagine if it shit on your car.
Oh, that would be one colossal shit. So as it turns out, last year there was a hurricane.
Okay.
And they believe that it got caught up in the hurricane, and because they are such great flyers, it ended up coming up the coast. One was spotted in Ohio, now it's
Ohio.
in New York, and now it's in Massachusetts. It's
Is
been
it
and
the same one?
They believe it's the same one.
Can't they put a little clip on
They
it?
should put a tracker on it and bring them back home. The poor thing is
Where's
by
his
itself.
home?
Who cares? Bring it to the zoo. Bring it down
Stone
to Florida.
Zoo has them.
Yeah. Let it be with other ones.
They should probably bring it to the Stone Zoo.
Yeah.
Or Franklin Park Zoo if they have one of those zoos.
But they should definitely, because the poor thing's been now flying. If this is the same one.
He went to Ohio where there's no ocean.
Right? And Ohio's like the home of
Where
serial
would he
killers.
go?
I don't know. But there's a lot of serial killers in Ohio. Well, they have a lot of lakes. So they think that's what happened, and they are, because they fly so
that's
well.
crazy.
Right? Isn't that crazy? And I was just like, who in there? I would have never thought of that.
Yeah, when I saw that on the news, I was like, oh my God.
We should do a naming contest.
For the flamingo?
For the flamingo.
Pinky. Why not?
All right. Pinky. I don't know. I was trying
Pinky
to give...
Tuscadero.
Oh, gosh. Pinky Flamingadero.
Right? Pinky Flamingadero.
Oh, my gosh.
So you have something big coming up this weekend.
I do.
You have the Muddy Princess. Who's doing it with you?
So
Julie and Chrissy?
No. So it's myself. It's Julie. My two daughters, Emily and Ashley. And then a couple of friends from work.
Nice. You got a big team.
So there's 8 of us.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's your costume?
We didn't do a costume, but we do have a T-shirt. It's Not Fast But Furious 2.
Okay.
Because the last time we did it, we were the Not Fast But Furious.
No tutus or anything like that?
No, because the mud weighs the tutus down.
Oh, really?
Yes, and we didn't
never
realize.
known that.
Never would have thought of that either.
So you wear what? Just shorts?
You can wear shorts or pants, whatever you want. I usually do leggings because you might be crawling over rocks and stuff, and it kind of saves you a little bit. Compression socks are definitely fun. Yeah, but fun compression socks.
Yeah, they have such cute ones now.
And that's really all we're doing. So
what color's your shirt?
Our shirt is like a teal blue.
Okay.
And it has the logo on the front. We'll post pictures afterwards, before and afters of how dirty we get.
So explain what a Muddy Princess is. How long is it?
It's a 5K.
It is a 5K with obstacles.
With obstacles. And some of the obstacles you crawl over. Some of them are like rope things that you go up. Some of them are...
No, thank you. You can't pay me enough.
Oh, my gosh.
You have to jump pretty high on stuff, right?
But you don't have to do them. Like, I don't do them all. I physically cannot do them all.
I wouldn't want to crawl in the mud.
Oh, my favorite one last time was, it was like they had dug like this big hole. So think of like enough
a trench?
For 2 people. Like a trench, yeah. And then they laid a fence over it. And they filled it with water.
You had to crawl underneath it?
But yeah, and you pulled yourself in the water. Oh my gosh, it was awesome. I loved it. There were frogs in there too.
No
way.
Yeah. I would have freaked out.
Oh my gosh.
I would have cut myself on the fence because I would have been trying to get out. No, thank you.
It was fun. Our last time, so this was 2 years ago, I had 2 friends that hurt themselves.
Doing it?
Doing the Muddy Princess. One of them fell and did something to her hip. Never ever went to the doctors, and literally just last week
had a hip replacement.
And then my other friend Gail, she did something. I can't remember if it's her groin or her butt, but to this day it still bothers me.
Is she still going? Is she going, Gail?
No, she's
good.
No,
smart,
she's
smart girl.
No, it's on Father's Day
smart
this year, so she's not gonna do it. So.
And that's Dave and Matt's birthday, or no, day before?
Dave is the day after.
Yeah, that's what I meant to do.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really nervous because I remember the last time I did it, halfway through, I was like, fuck this, I'm going back. And then I was like, you know what, I'm halfway through. It's
How can I go back? Right.
And at the end, I said to Dave, this is the hardest, physically, the most hardest thing I had ever done. I would rather have another child.
Really?
And then a half hour later, I was like, I'm signing up for the next one.
You're so funny.
I'm really nervous, but...
All women, obviously, because it's a Muddy Princess.
Yep, it's all women. And we're just going to walk it. You know
I can't
what?
wait to hear about it.
It took
and
me
see
2
pictures.
hours last time.
God,
Yeah.
Noelle.
Well, think about it. It's a 5K.
5K is supposed to take you 35 minutes.
If you run it.
Right.
I'm not running this. It's in like, the last one was in, it used to be a motorbike, dirt bike thing. So you were going up and down like hills. And we were in the woods and stuff. This time it's on a farm. So I'm not really sure what.
Where is it?
Haverhill.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's not far.
What farm?
I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But the last one was in Charlton, Mass. So
I knew that was. I knew it was pretty far away.
Yeah, this one should be. We don't have to stay over or anything.
No, Haverhill's not bad.
No.
That'll be cool.
Yeah. So I want to go to a brewery afterwards, even though we'll be dirty, and sit outside.
So what? Yeah. It's supposed to be nice weather too.
Yeah. I hope so. It's only Tuesday, so we'll see.
You said Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think it's supposed to be sunny.
It's New England.
I know.
Wait 5 minutes.
I know. So what else we got going on? We got a whole bunch of stuff.
Yep. So let's see. The next thing we wanted to talk about, or what I wanted to, is tipping etiquette. So this is kind of a little thing that's like driving me crazy. I'm not sure if we've talked about this before, now that I think about it. But so I will say that Dave and I are very good tippers. We taught our kids to be very good tippers. And when I say that, I'm talking about waitresses, waiters, bartenders, hairdressers, that type of thing. Not people that make an hourly wage.
Gotcha.
When I go and I order something from my pizza place or Dunks
or whatever,
yep, and they have a tip jar out, or they flip that screen around after you paid with your credit card and you want to tip. I'm like, you took my order. What? You're not. I mean, okay, scooping ice cream, I get it. That's different. The girl at the pizza joint took my order.
That's it. She didn't make right. You're right.
Didn't make it.
Yep.
She didn't even bag it. She did nothing. Why am I tipping you?
Did they split the tips?
I don't know, but that's not my thought. Because the tip jar is right there where they are. Like, I don't understand it. It drives me crazy. Now, at this point, we're tipping for fucking everything.
I know. It literally it tips for everywhere you go. Everywhere you go.
Yes. And it makes me feel like I have to. So I do try to keep some cash on me. And I'm like, all right, I give her a couple of bucks. But I'm like,
I know.
It drives me nuts.
I agree. It's kind of crazy. But, not in Massachusetts, obviously, because minimum wage is high. But other places that, other states that minimum wage is $7 and $8, you kind of understand why they have a tip jar.
I do, but if you're just taking my order and putting it on, I'm sorry. I'm not.
Maybe they all split it.
That's my hope. So I've heard, you see everything on your town.
Yes, I love the residents pages.
Yes. So they were talking about one of the restaurants in our town that the people at the takeout window had told one of the customers that the tips go to the cooks and the owners.
Oh, the owners?
Yeah. I was like, okay, the owners. Well, the owners work there too, so they're probably
unless they're cooks.
They're cooks. One of them is
a cook. Okay.
So, and someone got irate, and I was like, well, you know what? Why are you getting the tip? Why these guys? Granted, they're making an hourly wage. So are you. They're doing more work than you. So, all right, maybe just split it evenly.
Yeah, I agree about that.
And now they're protesting going to this place. They're like, you shouldn't go there.
See, that's a big pet peeve of mine when people put shit out there about a small business.
Yeah.
Because it could fucking screw you. It never goes away.
No, it doesn't.
And people can make shit up.
Oh.
And it's not verified.
Well, and that's what I'm
that
afraid
really
of.
bothers me.
Right. And that's what
being
I'm
a small business owner.
I don't believe half the shit that's out there. So you're right. If someone has an axe to grind with you for whatever reason, or
call me up.
There's those trolls that just do it just to do it because
I know.
They're bored.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
or you don't believe in what they believe in, so they decide to call the state on you or report you.
And I see that happen a lot.
Happened to us.
I know, and that's not cool.
No, people are assholes, and they make shit up, and then they put it out there and say, "Oh, the kids were so eating in the back and ignoring us," and they make shit up. And they put it out there because they're pissed off about something. Maybe they got the wrong order or whatever, but call me and let me explain myself and let me try to redeem myself before you blast me all over Facebook.
Right.
And that really, or Google or Yelp or wherever they put it, it hits a nerve.
Well, and then I don't understand the people that read it and believe it.
Because people believe everything. Noelle, people, especially the older people, they fucking believe everything they read on the internet and Facebook. My parents are like, "Oh, did you hear blah, 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 blah?" I'm like, it's not true. Yeah. What do you mean? I read it here. I'm like, it's not true. Think about it. Use your brain. It's not true.
Or read the rest of the article. They're just trying to draw you in. Yeah.
God, it makes me crazy. Yeah. So, yeah, that's a big pet peeve of mine. But the tipping, let's get back to that because I'd like to know what people tip. Do you tip 20% at a restaurant?
Usually more.
Really? Yeah, 25, 30?
Yeah, that's typically...
If you get bad service.
If I get bad service, I probably tip 15.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because I understand, well...
It's not always... Like, if you have a bad waitress.
Yeah.
What do you do?
It depends on how bad she is, but we still will give her a decent tip. So
Have you ever gone to a place and not tipped?
No.
I don't think we have either, but I think we've tipped real low because of bad service.
I have tipped once. I actually made Dave not tip this woman really high, and she remembered us the next time we went in. And
really?
She was a bitch. And I was just like, well,
why would you be a bitch?
I don't want to sit in her station.
Did you move?
Yeah, I was like, it was at a bar.
Okay.
And I would not sit on her side of the bar. And there was empty tables, empty seats. And I'm like, no, I'll wait.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
won't the reason you didn't get a tip, bitch, is because you're a bitch.
Yeah, she was awful.
And then you'd think she'd treat you nice the next time.
Right? Oh, no, she was nasty. So I was like,
yeah,
okay. You got a tip out of us. It wasn't great, but think about why, maybe. So, but...
the other thing is, if you hate your job so much, don't do it.
Right. I never understood that. Like, I get that you can't always get a job right away, but you're still there a year later, 2 years later. Come on. Yeah.
If you're dealing with the public, which can be very tough, we all know it.
Absolutely.
We've all done it.
Yep.
But you chose to do that. You need to suck it up. That's what I tell the kids at the ice cream store. Don't argue. The customer's always right. Suck it up.
Yep. I think everyone should work in food service for even if it's just a short amount of time in their life, and retail, just to understand. And
it's
how
awful.
Do you cope with
it's
that?
Hard. And then you got to realize, you got to put yourself in, I guess, the customer's shoes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always say, because the kids bitch and complain about stuff, and I'm like, okay, guys, if you ordered food on DoorDash and you're so excited about it, and then it comes to you and it's not right, you'd be pissed.
Right.
So that's why I'm always like, you have to go that extra mile. You have to make sure it's correct, because that's our reputation, and you want people to come back. You don't want them to be like, oh, they don't fucking care.
Right.
Even if they're ordering at the window, you can't fuck it up, because I'd be so pissed if I was going for an ice cream, wanting this specific flavor. I order it, I get something else. I'd be after I've driven away, I probably took a spoonful, and it's not what I want. I'd be fucking pissed.
And you paid your hard-earned money for it.
And it's not cheap.
No, nothing.
Shit's not cheap anywhere.
Nothing is cheap. It's awful. Absolutely.
Yeah, so that
horrible now.
That's my rant and my peeve. It really drives me crazy. Sorry.
No, that's good. I appreciate it, and
But so for tips, I mean, Jim and I, we tip 25%. I never know with the hairdresser. What do you tip? Do you do like a percentage?
I do like a 20% usually.
So I try, for me, I just would give like $25 cash no matter what the price was. That's probably shitty.
Well, it used to never be that way. It used to be 10%. Like if we go back to like the 80s and the 90s, it was 10%. And then I don't know where that changed. I don't know if that was something with me, but like I don't know. My hairdresser, she does really great with my hair, so I tend to tip her really well. She gets me in on my appointments when
same.
I can like text her and say, excuse me, I can text her and say, hey, can I come in next Tuesday, after 4 o'clock, So she's good, but maybe someone that I didn't go to all the time, I wouldn't tip as well.
So you would do a 20%, say it's $235, you do 20%.
Yeah, probably a little bit more. What the hell? It costs $235 at your hairdresser.
Well, just like getting like foil and color and a cut and a blow dry.
Probably a little bit more than that, maybe 30% because of the foiling. Because it depends
takes so much.
Yeah, and it's not just a quick cut color. That's a lot extra. It depends on what the effort they have to put into it.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you tip? Do you Dunkin' Donuts?
No.
Yeah. You don't?
No. I use the app, so I don't have to.
I do.
For what? They make $15 an hour.
You know what really pisses me off, though, is when I tip them, and sometimes I tip very well because it's change or whatever, and I'm like, just keep it. I don't sip my coffee till I get to work.
Oh, and it's wrong.
Yeah, and that really pisses me off.
I don't blame you.
So
no, I use the app. I don't tip because the girl
use
that's
the
taking
app?
my order is not the one that's making it.
Right. You use the app and you run in and pick it up, or you pick it up through the drive-thru?
Drive-thru.
Okay.
Sometimes I go
and they're probably spitting in your coffee saying, here's the bitch again that doesn't tip us. Patoo.
But no, I just drive up and order it and do the thing.
Oh.
I have like my money at...
I got you. Yeah, I've done that plenty of times too. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to do that because I have gift cards.
Oh, perfect.
I'm going to add them to my thing and use it tomorrow.
Yeah, and then you earn extra points.
And then I don't have to tip.
Yeah, exactly. But that person that's taking my order is not making it.
I know, but maybe they split the tips. You don't know.
They're making more than minimum wage.
In Massachusetts, minimum wage is $15 an hour. So that's what at least they're making.
Right.
Some could be making more.
Right.
Some at Dunkin' Donuts are probably making more than I'm making.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. So, no. You're not getting $1 for making my coffee.
I gave her $1.80 the other day.
They must love you, see you coming.
But then they'll make your coffee right.
If you go there all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I stopped going for a while because I was making it at home trying to save money.
Yeah.
But now my coffee pot's put away, so.
Yeah. Well, I get that, but you get back. I go through that too with Dunks. Like I don't go at all, and then I go for like 3 weeks, and then I don't go at all.
I had a Starbucks iced coffee, creme brulee, I think it was. I made Lauren order it because I was like, it was a frapp. It wasn't a coffee. It was a frappuccino something. I don't fucking know what. It was something crazy, but it was creme brulee.
Was it good?
It was so good.
Mm.
I got a small iced.
It was
so good.
Did I ever tell you the first...
sugar.
I bet. So I don't know why, because I'm not a wicked coffee drinker.
Me neither.
But of course, I'm the pumpkin spice girl. I love that in the fall. I like the smell more than I like the flavor. So anyways, it was like September and everyone was posting, Starbucks is making this thing and now Dunks has it. So I'm like, oh, cool. I'll go to Dunks. I got the app, whatever.
Yeah.
So it was a iced latte with 2 pumps of the spice, whatever it was. I didn't know that latte was coffee. I drank it on my way to work.
What did you think it was?
I don't know. Milk with flavoring?
Hot milk?
I was so spazzed with the coffee, I thought my heart was going to jump through my throat. It was awful. I got to work. I had to text Dave. I'm like, I think I'm having a heart attack. I can't calm down. Blah, 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 blah. And he's like, what the hell did you do? I'm like, I don't know. I got a latte. He's like, honey, a latte's coffee.
It's like high caffeine, isn't it?
I think so. And I was
I have
like,
no idea.
it was good. I won't ever get one again.
But Frappuccino, maybe it's like cappuccino and a frap.
Maybe.
And that's got more caffeine than normal.
Maybe. I don't know. I just know I won't ever do that again.
It was good, though. And at Christmas time, we got a...
Oh, you got that gross eggnog thing from Pressed Cafe. I wanted to vomit when you said you got that. It was an eggnog coffee.
Oh, it might have been an eggnog frappuccino. It was...
Yeah.
I think it was too much, but it was good. And then I also got whatever she got at Starbucks. And it's a seasonal flavor. And it was so good.
Really?
Oh my God, yes.
Well, you have
so
to
good.
tell me.
She gets it hot, I get it cold. So good. But yeah, that's my story.
Okay.
And I'm sticking to it.
So another thing that a friend of mine from work, Steve Menard, I told him I would mention his name he listens to our podcast and he wants credit for this.
Okay, Steve, here you go. Here's your
yeah, he's like, oh, I could probably be your producer. I'm like, no, you can't. So anyways, I said I would
bring us some
credit.
stories, Steve. Yeah. We maybe can fit you in under Julie.
So there's a new thing that's going around. Everyone celebrates
everything.
Now, divorces, it's not just the divorce party. Now they're doing divorce showers. But
why do you need a divorce shower if you're getting half?
Well, so not everyone gets half. When I left,
you got nothing.
I got nothing.
Same.
So when I took my kid and my clothes and I left, I literally needed a fork. I needed all of that stuff. However, you'd have to wait to have this party. So I don't know. Part of me is like, I think that's a great idea, but if you only have half, if you only get half, you still need stuff.
No,
right?
True.
And then I thought, oh shit. After 25 years of marriage, you should have another shower because your stuff you have is now
all old and broken.
And you want to have new shit.
Yeah, but you probably retool on the way. You know what I mean? Through the 25 years, you retool shit.
Yeah, but maybe that's something we can start. Get all new shit.
Make a registry for 25 years.
So when Dave and I got married and we moved in together, we each had one of everything. We had two. It was like, what do we do with all of this crap?
Sell it on Facebook.
We put it in boxes for the kids.
When we did that that same thing too.
Yeah.
But then they don't fucking want it.
No, they don't.
They all want new shit.
They want new shit. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, go buy it yourself then. I am so Jim and I, so we've been married 25 years. Our shit, furniture-wise, just all kinds of stuff is pieced. It's like from somebody else. I don't think we've ever owned our own bedroom set that we bought new.
Really?
Nope. Never. Same. The bureaus are pieced from people.
Wait a minute, you just bought a new bed for Jim.
Bed frame.
Bed frame, yes.
That's the one thing that I bought. But the bureaus were from somebody else. This bureau's from somebody else that we have.
Right.
The kids' furniture, they got their own set.
Right. That's funny.
You know, for at the beginning, our dining room set was from somebody else.
Right. Well, that's what yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think you kind of do that, you know?
You kind of piece your shit together because you can't afford it, so you take hand-me-downs. But I feel like nowadays, the kids don't want it.
They don't.
They don't want used shit.
No, they don't. And we were very happy to get that used shit and grateful for it.
These fucking millennials.
That's our fault.
I know. We spoiled them.
It's 100% our fault. Yeah.
I know.
So we do have a tidbit.
Oh, we do?
We do.
Okay. Which one are we talking about?
We're talking about the one that I texted you about. Yeah. Okay. So you ready for tidbit? Ready?
Yeah. Tidbit! We haven't done that in a while.
Well, no, we haven't done a tidbit in a while. I thought about this.
How old were we? Freshman, sophomore, junior?
Juniors. So we were
15, 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were juniors. And you and I were inseparable.
Right.
We were always together.
Yeah. And I had a babysitting gig for a friend's niece, and it was her kid.
Yeah.
I don't even remember her name.
I don't either. I can remember the apartment.
Me too, because it smelled badly.
I don't remember.
It smelled like Matt's bedroom. You know what I mean? It's just that man smell.
Well, now we know why. Yeah. If you think about it.
Pot.
Oh, no.
Oh.
So the reason why we're telling this story is to Diana.
Oh, yeah. Well, they had pot. They were huge pot people. Yeah, they were
pot smokers, too.
But they were, like, hippie-ish.
I never even remember, like, ever seeing the baby. I swear the baby was asleep when we got there every single time.
She might have been.
Yeah.
Do you remember what they look like?
Kind of.
I don't think they're still married.
Oh, I just kind of remember glasses. And
for some reason, did you ever watch New Zoo Review?
Yes, he looked like him.
Right? Yes. That's what I remember.
Yes, me too. The glasses.
And just like the hair.
Yep.
And
totally. He was still like from the 70s.
Yeah. And she was too, but I don't remember. I vaguely remember what she looks like.
I just remember glasses on both of them. And it was this cute little apartment where we would, like, you know, go over there.
They would allow me to have my friends over.
Yep. And so the first time actually, you had babysat once without me.
Okay.
And then the second time you were like, Noelle, I gotta show you this. I'm like, okay, what? So this was back, in the 80s, and VCRs were
humongous.
And everyone had, their
movies everywhere.
Yeah, they were everywhere. You would have them in, they were like bookcases.
Right.
So we were allowed to watch whatever, and we could eat whatever. That was nice.
Yeah, they were very nice.
So I go in, and I'm like, okay, what movie are we going to watch? And she's like, wait. I'm like, okay.
I found something for you to see.
So we go into their bedroom. Why we went into their bedroom?
Because I think that's where the baby was.
Oh, maybe. And there was a shelf above, like closer to the ceiling. And it was all these VHS tapes. And I was like, what the hell is that? And you were like, watch. So she puts one in. Porn.
Yeah, a fucking shit ton of pornos.
Shit ton of porn. And her and I would just sit there and watch the porn, and we would laugh.
We invited our guy friends over,
and we were letting them watch porn.
We would die.
What the hell we were
dying,
and
because it was funny.
I never understood why the guys had pillows on their laps.
I didn't.
Yeah, well,
I didn't either, actually. Yeah. But now I get it. Right, but that was
our junior year.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yes, so. We would babysit,
and we would put a million movies in, and we'd start and stop them, and then we gotta rewind. We gotta figure out where it is. We don't want to get caught. Right? Don't leave it in there.
Well, and now that
hurry, they're coming home.
I remember thinking about it. Well, we never saw the very beginning of the movie. It was stopped somewhere in the middle. So it was. I don't
remember. You have a better memory than me, because I don't. I remember. I thought the movies were over by his TV.
They were, no, you know how...
That's where I thought they were, underneath his TV.
No,
I don't remember in the bedroom.
Those ones were up higher.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Chrissy and I had a babysitting story as well. So another time I was babysitting, and for a guy that my mom worked with.
That's how you made your money. Was you had a lot of babysitting.
I did do a lot of babysitting, and so they let me and Chrissy go, have Chrissy over, and we would babysit. We were babysitting. They had, I'll never forget this. They had twin boys, but they also had skunks as pets that were they were de-skunked.
That's so cool,
right? So, anyways, they leave. They were up on like the third floor. They were over by Glendale Park. One of those side roads on Ferry. And so we were there, and at the time I had a boyfriend and Chrissy was dating someone. So we're like, yeah, we called them up. We must have called them on the phone, because no one had cell phones at that time.
No, we didn't have cell phones, yeah.
And we're like, yeah, they're gone. Come on over. We'll hang out. We'll watch TV. And they're like, all right. So they come over, and guy came back because he forgot something.
Oh,
I got in so much
I
trouble
remember
that he was like, "I'm telling your mother, blah blah blah." I was like, "Yeah, whatever, buddy." I mean, I think I must have been like 17. I was like, "That's fine," but he never called me back to babysit again. But I think I was a good babysitter.
Yeah, you were. Well, like I said, that's how you made your money.
But yeah, I got in trouble for that one. But we never got caught. I want to say her name was Sarah.
Maybe. That sounds right.
I don't know, but we never, like, they were great. The first house, they didn't care what we did. He smoked pot and fucking watched pornos.
Right.
He could care less about us.
We didn't do anything. I mean, we were pretty decent kids.
Yeah, we just
watched porn.
Right, that was it. We did nothing crazy. And
and invited boys over to watch porn. What the hell is wrong with us?
Because we were like, oh my God, you guys aren't going to believe
this is so funny.
What we found. But the other house, like, I mean, I wasn't doing anything wrong. We were literally just watching TV.
Yeah,
but he was pissed because there were boys in the house.
Well, think about it. You would have been the same way if it was you.
I don't know if I would have.
No?
I think I did use their house phone. That's what I did, and I called them and said,
"Yeah,
the coast is clear." Wrong. Yeah. So, all right, those are our tidbits.
Yeah, that's our tidbit for this week. So, all right, so that is it for us this week. Make sure you check out all our socials. Please like, subscribe, everything. We're climbing the charts, but it's so slow. It's
yes, we also, if you have any information, email us. I want to know what your thoughts on Karen Reed. I really want to know if people are addicted as I am and what they thought of Proctor. And then, if you have any stories, let us know, or subjects you want us to talk about. Be great.
That would be awesome. Summer's coming, so we're going to actually
start remote soon.
Yeah, remote, so you won't see us together for a little while.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
We could try.
I know. We'll see what happens.
We've got some big news coming up anyway.
We do. We definitely do. So keep on subscribing. Keep on watching. Keep on listening.
Yes. Please, please, please.
Share
like
us.
and subscribe.
Anyone you think that might find us funny.
We're climbing the charts. Yes. We're almost viral.
That would be so
Noelle said, if we get 300 followers, she'll run around the yard naked.
I did?
Yeah.
Was I drunk?
No. You never said that. I made that up.
Okay. I remember saying that. Sounds like something I would say.
So, all right.
All right. So just remember, it's better to have a friend with two chins than
two faces. Right. Love you.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to Life's Journey with Best Friends. For details on any of the things we've mentioned in the podcast, including photos, visit our website lifesjourneybff.com. You can also email us at lifesjourneybff@gmail.com, or visit us on Facebook, Instagram, or Threads.
Remember, no matter where life takes you, you are never alone when you have a best friend by your side. Until next time.